Welcome back to What's Good Games and all this segment 3 bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, oh my god.
No. Are you on crack?
No, am I on crack? I am just so excited to talk about Fire Emblem because I haven't had anyone to talk about Fire Emblem with, and I just have so many questions for you.
You haven't had anyone?
No, I haven't.
What about me?
Well, we're doing it right now, which is why I'm so excited.
Yeah, we did save it.
This has been bubbling for a while. Now it's like spilling out of the pot. You know what I mean? Now it's like we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. So again, spoiler warning: if you are interested in playing Fire Emblem 3 Houses and not having anything of the story ruined for you, you best turn this off.
Yeah.
Go enjoy your life. We will see you next week. But if you are, 1, not going to play this game, or 2, don't care about spoilers, then stick with us. Hello. Or you already beat it and you want to hear our thoughts.
Oh my god. Let's spoil the shit out of this.
Yes. So we both, thankfully, played different houses.
Yes.
I played Black Eagle's house. You played Blue Lion?
Golden Deer.
Golden Deer. Shit. That's right. Somebody else. I had some other friends play Blue Lion.
I wish we had someone on here from the Blue Lions, but oh well.
Yes.
It's fine. We'll just shit on their house.
They are the worst.
They literally, no, I think they are. I'm not joking.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly how we want to dive exactly into this, because each of the houses, basically how the game works is each house tells a very, I feel like they're probably very different story.
Yeah.
After a certain point. I think it's all the same, up until...
Right. Until
a third.
A certain Edelgard starts plotting some shit.
Yeah, and otherwise it's all the same. So
as a refresher, I have the classes broken down here.
Cool.
Okay, so like Steimer was saying, you have your 3 classes: Golden Deer, Blue Lions, Black Eagles, and at the beginning of the game, you get to choose who you want to be with. I chose Golden Deer because I liked Claude's personality. Dimitri from the Blue Lions seemed a little too uptight for me. And and then obviously Edelgard looked badass, but she wasn't Claude.
Edelgard is
is it Edel or Edel?
Edel.
Edel, okay. All right, so Golden Deer has Claude, Hilda, Leonie, Raphael, Ignatz, Lorenz, Lysithea, Marianne. Blue Lions is Dimitri, Dedue, Annette, Ash, Mercedes, Sylvain, Felix, and Ingrid. And then Black Eagles is Edelgard, Bernadetta, Caspar, Dorothea, Ferdinand, Linhart, Petra, and Hubert.
There's so many things about this that I really liked. And we do have a lot of questions in front of us from you guys, from our WGG. Wait, let's just give them the address, because
whatsgoodgames.com/dearwgg.
That's what I was talking about. I almost said Patreon, like a Patreon thing. I was like, it's not Patreon anymore.
Yeah.
It's open to everybody. Everybody can send us a question. And so we may, toss a few of your questions in here, and if we need a prompt or 2. But one of the things I thought that they did was really nice is a lot of the characters that you meet. So specifically for my class, Black Eagles, there were definitely people that I thought were really annoying at first. I just hated. Bernadetta got on my nerves. But then honestly, as the story unfolds, you learn a lot of things about them that explain their behavior and honestly make you feel like a shitty person. Because then you're like, oh.
Especially with her story, Bernadetta's story.
Bernadetta definitely nails trauma in a way that I was like, oh, I guess maybe I should be a more understanding person.
So here's the thing. Is I didn't know much about this game before I went into it. I didn't know about the time skip. I didn't know that once the time skip happens, if you haven't recruited anyone, they're basically dead to you. So I just happened to get super lucky, and I recruited everyone but Ferdinand, Ash, and then Hubert, obviously, and Dedue.
Ferdinand, yeah.
Ferdinand. How do you say his name?
Ferdinand.
I'm just calling him Fergie.
Okay.
Fergie. I know. Yeah. So I got really lucky that I was able to recruit everyone but those, not knowing that. Did you know you had to recruit people? Well, you didn't have to.
So I knew that I could. However, the only one that easily joined me was Sylvain. And also I thought he was hot.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, all right, you can go join my class. And then I didn't honestly care too much about it because I really liked everyone in my class. And I also don't have the patience to sit there and level up a bunch of people I'm not going to use. So even though I eventually also recruited some of the professors, which you can do later on in the game, I didn't Hanneman's still 25. He's not getting used.
Yeah.
And for reference, my character was level 50. So there are some people who I bench and do not care about, and I just didn't want to have a lot of those. And also, I didn't understand. I knew there was a time skip at some point. I didn't understand how little time I had. I didn't understand like a lot of didn't understand a lot of what was coming down the pike. So I definitely kind of screwed up in that regard and had to murder almost everybody. But you know, that's life, I guess. You just murder all your old friends.
I guess so.
But it was crazy. So for the main spoiler of the game is, as sort of Brittany alluded to earlier, at some point you'll see like a flame emperor or whatever come around. That is Edelgard. And she has a whole reason for why she's doing what she's doing, which you only discover if you are Black Eagles and you do a certain number of things with Edelgard. Like, she has a specific quest you need to go on her with, I think, in order to even trigger that as an option for you to go with her and to join her. And so it's funny because when you get to that part, it's a tomb sort of a thing. And so for somebody who played Blue Lions, I was like, what did you do in the tomb? And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, what choice did you make? And they were like, there was no choice.
Oh, because you have a choice.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Because so if you play as Black Eagles, you have a choice to either go with Edelgard or to go against her.
Right.
But if you are playing Golden Deer or you are playing Blue Lions, there is no choice. The story just plays out there in whatever way it is meant to.
Yeah, it was interesting because when Steimer and I would talk about Fire Emblem before we would record the show, like weeks past, she'd always be like, "You picked the wrong house. You picked the wrong house." And I think I remember this specifically. You said, "No, you said I'm not being a bitch. I'm telling you, literally picked the wrong house." And I'm like, And I was like, I wonder what she's talking about, because I didn't realize, because I had tried to go into this, not knowing anything as possible, that obviously the stories do differ depending on who you play as. But then I started like wondering, like, is Claude up to something sketchy that I don't know about? Like, am I like, why am I with the wrong house? And then as I played through my story and I defeated those who slither in the dark, and Rhea stepped down, and I united Fodlan and Almyra, and like everything was good. I'm like,
Rhea stepped down?
Yeah, she was gravely injured.
So you don't know she's a monster.
So what I know is she is Seros.
Okay, so she's actually a monster.
So she turns into a big dragon, and I'm like, that's really fucking weird.
Yes. So the thing is, if you play Black Eagles and go with Edelgard, you find out she's the Immaculate One is what they call her. Instantly. Like, she turns into that in that dungeon, and she's like, I will murder you in your face. And you're like, whoa, Rhea, you're a dragon now.
Because you're trying to, what are you trying to do there in the tomb?
If you choose to protect Edelgard and go with her, Rhea freaks out. And she's just like, how dare you?
Yeah.
You betray me, you betray everything. And then she rages and she turns into the dragon in that tomb. And so like so if you play Black Eagles, like, you are the first people to even really see that. And then that's how you know why she's doing what she's doing. So Edelgard's whole crusade is that the religion is corrupt and the noble system is corrupt, and it's all being run by Rhea, who is really a giant dragon monster, who is parading around as a human. And they're like false gods, and they're controlling everybody. And so she's trying to liberate the people from this.
And this is so funny, because obviously it's two different stories. So
yes,
I know this is my understanding, is that here I have it in here. So Rhea devoted herself to experimenting on implanting her mother's crest stone, who is Sothis, into created bodies in an attempt to revive her mother, Sothis. Her 12th failure, a young woman fell in love with the then captain of Seros, Geralt, eventually becoming pregnant, and then the birth resulted in a stillborn child, and the mother was dying. And then the Byleth's mother wanted Rhea to implant her crest into the child, which is what Byleth is. So and
Byleth is the player character.
Yeah. And so, because like this story is cuckoo bananas.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's so weird. So Byleth then is part like human, but she's also Sothis, which is technically Rhea's mother. And so Rhea is trying to basically like use these humans in order to revive her mom. But in my playthrough, like, here's the thing, like the Church of Saros, like it was always really sketchy. Like here, like I won't go down that path. Anyway, I was really skeptical of everything she was doing and saying. Like, she was acting really aggressive.
They definitely hint at it, right? Yeah. They're like, she says some unsettling things at times.
Well, she overreacted a lot. Like, she's like, we must, basically get rid of all those who oppose the church. And I'm like, well, lady, you need to chill the hell out. But I never obviously had that option to tell her to fuck off. And then it sounds like as Saros, she used the church to revise history for her benefit and prevent people from creating advanced tech and threatening her. And okay, so yeah.
Wait, so if Rhea doesn't die in your playthrough, does that mean Byleth still remains as she is?
Byleth becomes the archbishop.
Well, no. So when in my game you defeat the Immaculate One, you kill Rhea in her dragon form. When that happens, you as Byleth collapse, and Edelgard like runs to you, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're dead." But then what happens is like your heart actually starts to beat, and you become a human. You're finally like actually just a human instead of
died essentially.
Sothis dies, yeah, basically. So actually, I think I wanted to bring up this question by Kelly B because I think it's an interesting. It plays off of this. She asked, do you like how Byleth is more of a traditional RPG character, very akin to Link, and that they have no voice and only small, sparsely worded dialogue choices, or do you wish that they had more of a voice and personality? Well, I felt more connected to Byleth because of this, and I completely understand the decision to make them this way, because obviously you can be male or female. There were points where I was frustrated with their lack of emotion or even opinions on the events taking place around them. Interested to hear both of your takes on this. So I think that because of this story element we are discussing right now, it makes a lot of sense. Like, you are essentially a shell. You're not even really a human. You don't have a heartbeat. You are a vehicle for Rhea to get her mother, Sothis, back into reality somehow. So your character being mute, basically, with a few word choices that don't actually, like are just words, and you don't hear yourself ever speak or really have a voice or a personality. You don't react. That's all very much, to me, part of the story and something that gets revealed as you go on. The one thing I would have liked actually to drive this point home more is if at the end of so my game, when you do it shows like the heartbeat and like you're human again, if you spoke, if she talked there, that would have been amazing. My mind would have exploded. I would have been like, holy shit. It would have been so cool. I think that was possibly a missed opportunity. But otherwise I didn't mind it because of that. Like, I think that they wrote it into the story well enough where it made sense.
Yeah. And even, the characters around you're like, you're so emotionless. Your face is still as a stone, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I agree. It would have been good to tell Rhea to screw off a few times. Like, and here's the thing, in my playthrough, like, besides her overreacting when it came to matters of the church, like, Claude was always incredibly skeptical because one of his things is he doesn't like blind faith in gods. So he's very skeptical of that kind of stuff. And so I liked that about him because I feel like he was the voice of reason when it came to those kind of matters. But she... obviously, like, looking back on it, it's like, okay, now I know why she was so insistent on like us joining and becoming a professor and why she wanted Gerald to come back so bad. But she was never like super duper crazy, but that's probably because I had her mom in me the whole time. So she was real nice to me. And I mean, same with you, but I guess the circumstances were different. And
she was very nice up until that one point when she got mad and turned into a dragon.
Yeah, it was crazy because I never saw her do anything like malicious or like she always tried to protect everyone. And that's...
some of her lines when you make that choice are like, you're like, whoa, lady, you got some darkness in you. Like, it's shit. Real messed up.
Yeah. And so, okay, so this part that I'm really like excited to talk to you about. So Edelgard, from our perspective, like, all I know, and this is why everyone just needed to fucking sit down and have a nice long chit chat about what's going on, why everyone's so mad at each other. Because what was really frustrating to me is I never understood Edelgard's reasonings. Like, it was never given to me or never really explained to me. So from my perspective, she was just like trying to stand up for something. I assumed it was something she believed in. I assumed it was something that she thought like something was corrupt, and she was trying to do her own, like, the lesser of an evil to do what she thought she had to do. But I never got to like have like that moment in the game.
Yeah, because I don't think you can't really build relationships with the other leaders of the other houses.
And the game doesn't tell you that. So you know how many times I invited those bastards to tea?
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, and I had like lunch with them, and I was like, why aren't they like enjoying? But I think that's really cool that they did that, because I did not see any of this coming. It
makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Yeah, but when it came to like Hubert and other guys' characters, I had a feeling something. Not only does Hubert look fucking terrifying, but
dude, I thought Hubert was kind of hot in like a Loki sort of way.
No,
he looks like Loki.
It kind of scared me. He had a redeeming moment in the end, but he had no ability for me to increase my relationship with him, and that's when I was like, oh, okay, well, something's clearly gonna happen. But anyway, so from my perspective, Edelgard suddenly becomes like the Flame Emperor. She's associating with Monica, who kills my dad, which is like really shitty, and then she's associating with those who slither in the dark, who were performing blood rituals and killed all the children in Lysithia's family. And so I'm like, why?
Yeah. No, it definitely like sets her up to be the villain, right? if you don't see her side of the story. Mm-hmm. And so it's funny, I accidentally spoiled the Flame Emperor reveal for myself, and I was pissed about it. So like I was looking for a gameplay guide for a dungeon, like the one with one of the puzzle dungeons that come up. Not a dungeon, but whatever levels. Yeah. And in the fucking, I don't even know why it was in there. Like, that has nothing to do with it. It's just like, by the way, Edelgard's the Flame Emperor. No. And I was like, what? Like, are you serious? Why would you do that? But then when I had that lens, actually watching the cutscenes was fascinating, because even if you watch it, like, the Flame Emperor is pissed at like Monica and the other people for doing what they did, and is like, get out of here, like, get out of my sight, basically, like, you're gone. And like, it's because she knows you and it has a relationship with you, and knows your dad. It's like, it's just kind of interesting to see it if you go back through and play again, watch the cutscenes with the Flame Emperor, because she's never like crossing any sort of weird, in my opinion, lines that would make it horrifying. And if you play with her, you get a lot more backstory into why she's doing what she's doing and how she gets roped into those other slithering in the dark people.
So, because I was looking into it, so it looks like those who slither, I had them as slithers in my note because I'm too fucking lazy. They did experiments on Crescent Creststones, blah, blah, blah. They manipulated Fodlan's leaders, and 1,000 years after Nemesis' defeat, they experimented on the children of Emperor Ionis IX, which is Edelgard's dad, who had like 11 kids, so they could create a leader they could control. So did they manipulate her?
So Edelgard and Lysithea have similar stories in the sense that they were both sort of tortured with a bunch of brothers and sisters they did experiments on them in order to try and add more crests.
Does she have 2 crests?
So she has 2 crests.
Oh, so does Lysithea.
She has the Crest of Flames, which you also have. So your crests match. And so so they did all sorts of like screwed up things to her. She lost all of her siblings. And it's her uncle that is one of the creepy people. And so it's sort of one of those things where she has to very slyly manage the situation. Like, you can't full force attack them yet because they are very powerful. Oh, okay. So that's why she works with them as the Flame Emperor, because she's like, this is kind of the only option I have right now. She has 2 enemies, right? Mm-hmm. She has the church, which is led by a dragon monster, and she has her uncle and all of the screwed up people who are corrupt, trying to like control the world way. So she's like, basically has to strategically take one enemy out at a time. So she uses one to take out the other, which is why she works with them in the first place. And then you do take them out too. Like, it in the post, the aftermath, whatever, it says like, yes, then you take care of those who slither in the dark. So like, she doesn't just like let them be.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because okay, so I guess my question is, does she ever talk about why she doesn't come to any of the other students with this information, why she keeps it to herself? Or is that just like because the game had to be designed that way for dramatic effect?
You mean like why she doesn't tell Claude or why she doesn't tell Dimitri?
Yeah, because it sounds like Claude and her kind of would have like the same goals. So it's
that part I don't know. I think Dimitri wouldn't. I think Dimitri
he's
is
crazy, dude.
too. Yeah, he's a little woohoo. And Claude, I felt bad. So what's interesting is, so I had a whole bunch of coworkers also playing this game. We've all been discussing, and somebody else also picked Black Eagles, also did the same thing I did. But when so later on in the game, you basically have to attack and kill your old friends. One of those levels is with Claude. I didn't have this option. He randomly did. I still don't know why he got this option. He got the option to let Claude go. To like just let him be. And I was like, I had no option. I had to kill him.
Weird. Yeah, I saw that you have an option, right? Either you let him go and then he goes off to become King of Elmira, or you kill him, and then when you let him go, you get all of the alliance, right? He's like, take the alliance. Yeah.
So like, but I didn't have the option. I just killed him.
That's so weird. I wonder why.
Weird. And I don't know why, because up until that point, I thought he and I had done everything similarly.
I wonder, did you do all of the what were they called? The side missions that you would do on the battlefield?
Yep, I did. It's super weird. I don't know why I didn't get the option. And also the only person who allows you to recruit them after the time skips, so far as I know, is Lysithea, who we lovingly called Listerine sometimes. Listerine? Because she has a crazy name. And she was like, wait, don't kill me. I'll come with you. And I was like, sure, cool, dope. Come on, join us. Let's go. But I had to kill pretty much everyone else. So actually that kind of brings us into this other question from our lovely listener, Exelgender. How did you feel when you had to kill a student from another house or a staff member? I chose the Black Eagles and decided to help Edelgard, so killing Dedue, Ingrid, and Catherine was really tough. But I love the feel of regret for not picking them up beforehand to join my party.
Oh boy, that was really hard for me. So like I said, the only two people that I didn't recruit were Ferdy and Ash, and obviously the other guys you can't recruit. But when I saw Ash in that first battle, I was like, oh no, I did everything in my power to not even like hurt him. I like stayed away from him because I was hoping that maybe if I did save him, like we could have a conversation later and he could be like, yo, let me like join your party.
Sure,
but,
yeah.
No, the one character that I did have to kill obviously was Ferdy. And that was like tough. You had to kill him because it was part of the requirements to finish the battle. And then I think it was Hubert.
Yep.
Yeah. It sucks. It sucked.
Yeah, it was really interesting because I recruited almost no one. I only recruited Sylvain and then Listerine later. And so, but I did get, I didn't get Catherine. I got Shamir and the other two professors. Manuela. And I did get Flane, but Flane leaves. Like Flane, if you choose Edelgard,
sure,
she'll go back and she'll be with Sedith, her brother, or spoiler alert, her father.
Yeah.
And I felt like that one felt really bad because I wanted to be like, oh, we were friends, and like you're also a little girl, and I just straight.
Girl, she ain't no little girl. That's Sethleen. She's Sethleen. One of the four saints.
She is, but in my game that was not revealed. I mean, it was hinted at, but not fully revealed.
She knows what she's doing.
But and so and I was like, well, bye.
Bye.
Take an axe to the face.
I would have. I mean, I'm just so happy that I played the way I did because I did take the time to level people, not because I wanted to use them, but because I wanted to see all of their character interactions. And a really quick way for me to do that, besides the lunches that you could do and whatnot, is just to throw everyone in battle, put it on autoplay, auto battle, and just like mash the start button so it just goes boom, 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 boom. And then after that, I would have like 20 different dialogues that I have to like go through and watch. But man, like I just got really lucky because I had no idea that this was going to be a thing, and I just happened to talk to people and they'd be like, okay, they need more charisma and more skills with this, and then I would just happen to randomly like focus on that, and then I would take people to tea, and then they were like, we want to join, everyone was like, I want to join your school, your class, I want to join. I was like, yes, you do.
Yes, come with me, my child.
Come with me, my child. I know, it was sad when you said you had to kill Claude. I was like, why did you?
Yeah, I mean, I had to kill literally everyone. The only person I didn't have to kill Catherine because she was only available to really kill at the very last battle where I was fighting the Immaculate One. And I was like, I'm just going to ignore her. She was like kind of off on the side. and I just went straight up the middle and took out the dragon. And she was like coming up to me, like slowly moving up, but she didn't make it there in time. So technically she's still alive.
Oh, there you go. That's a nice way of looking at it.
And I was like, thanks, Catherine. Like, because you seemed cool. Like, we didn't have to be enemies.
Yeah.
But bye. Oh my God. So Ingrid, I regretted not recruit. So there's Sergey asks, like, which character did you not recruit that you regretted not recruiting post time skip, mostly because you have to kill them. So Sergey, I regret Ingrid the most, only because she was the hardest one to kill. And so I was on the plane. I was flying off to a work trip this past week, and I had my Bose like audio headphones on, like noise canceling headphones on. So I don't know actually sounds outside of what I'm making. I'm going through, and I've been so over leveled because I'm crazy, and I just over level like 6-7 levels before above what I need to be, and going through, having an easy time. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my God, Ingrid shows up. She kills Sylvain in one shot. I audibly gasp. I go like I just like have like such a visceral reaction to Sylvain all of a sudden dying. Like no one has died. And great, I don't have it on permadeath.
Right.
But I was still just shocked.
Yeah.
In general, and I like just made a guttural noise. And the girl sitting next to me, who I also work with, and another girl sitting behind me, who I also work with, were like, "Are you okay? What's happening? What's going on?" And I was like, "No, what? I'm fine. I just Sylvain died," and they were like, "What?" They were like,
"Oh." You know, that makes me so sad because their relationship, Sylvain and Ingrid's relationship, is really fun. They're childhood friends who just they were Sylvain and Felix are all childhood friends. And so, like, these are the fun things that you reveal when you do get to see all these character interactions, and how Sylvain, like, flirted with her grandma when he was young. Like, these little funny, silly things. And it's like, if you don't know that, it just makes it even more heartbreaking.
Yes. So, but yeah, she was the toughest one to take down. She was dodging everything. She's was like badass. One-shotting everything. I was like, oh my God, girl, I wish you were on my squad. You're really good.
She's real good. Leonie is also real good. They're all so much fun. And that's like the thing, is every character is so different and unique. And getting to know them, like I finished this game a couple weeks ago, so I was a little rusty. So I was doing some reminding, and I'm like reading every name. I'm like, oh yeah, and it sounds cheesy, but it feels like those are people I've known for a while because they're so different and they each have their own unique personality, like I just said. And it's pretty cool that these people are written so incredibly well. And I want more content. After I finished this game, I literally went into like a 1.5 day depression. Yes. Like, what do I do with my life?
Yeah, I definitely had I don't know. I put it down now.
I put it down. It's like, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. So how did Dimitri die in your game?
I killed him.
Okay.
So like basically there's a few battles that happen. And we defeat Rhea as a human. She just like runs in with the Knights of Saros on the side, and we like easily take her out. And then then Dimitri's like, "You retreat," and she's like, "Okay," and she does. And then we just straight up kill Dimitri. He's just like, we're trying to invade the capital. Yeah. And he brings his forces out in front of the capital to prevent destruction to the city. But then Rhea just sets the whole city on fire anyway. She goes full like Dragon Queen.
That's crazy that she did that.
Yes.
She sets the whole city on fire? What the
hell? Sets the whole city on fire.
She's crazy in your game.
She's literally like Daenerys. Like, it's crazy.
She's crazy in your game. That bitch is crazy. Dimitri in my game, so it was at the class reunion, where they're all three. Like, did you get that?
No, because there is no. I mean, I was so confused. So again, another coworker is playing this game, and she was like, "Yeah, at the second battle at the reunion," and I was like,
"Oh,
what? What are you talking about?" And she was like, "The reunion battle," and I was like,
"No,
what reunion battle?" Like, because when you branch off as Edelgard, like, no one talks to you anymore.
Right.
You are the pariahs, like, at this point, and there is no reunion.
No one's greeting you.
No one's greeting you at the door. Like, you take over Garreg Mach, and like, no one there. Everyone there is like part of your army, and that's it. Like, no one wants to talk to you. So there is no reunion.
That's so sad.
They all think you're crazy.
That's so sad.
There is none of that.
So Dimitri, so I had the battle at the reunion, and I don't know. I don't think I killed Dimitri, or I did attack him and he retreated, or Edelgard, someone retreated. And then we're all having like this conversation. Like no one was dead at that point. It was just like the golden deer all just like chit-chatting. And then Hilda comes running up and she's like, "Oh my God, I just saw Dimitri being killed. He was surrounded by I don't know who, and they were all holding spikes, and oh my God, it was so terrible to see." And I was like, I don't believe it. Like,
wait, they killed him off camera?
Yeah, like they killed him off camera. Apparently he went in the woods chasing after Edelgard, and he got caught by like her guards.
He got caught.
Yeah, they were all like poking at him apparently with like spikes. She said like it was horrible. But I'm like, but really? So that's why I didn't actually believe he was dead until then it showed, did you saying, "Your Highness, I will avenge you." And then he shows up when my final fight with Edelgard, he showed up and he wanted to kill her. But, and that was the thing, is I got to her as Byleth, and the most terrible cutscene plays out, because at this point, I, the player, know this is just one huge misunderstanding, in the sense that like, I don't really like Rhea either. Like I never had. My alliance was with the Golden Deer.
There's a weird noise happening.
What is it?
I don't know.
What's it sound like? Like recreate? Is it in your headphones? Oh, I hear it.
I'm wondering if it's my fan.
I can barely hear it.
I think my fan might be
on the fritz.
On the fritz.
Okay. Do you want to power through it, or do you want to shut it off?
Yeah, we'll power through it. It's fine. I was just confused. I was just concerned for a minute. What is that?
I mean, if you get abducted by aliens, it'd be real sad. So anyway, I get up to Edelgard as Byleth, and me, like I said, as a player, I'm like, okay, this is one big misunderstanding. I don't like Rhea as, the time skip. I'm aligned with Golden Deer. Like, let's just like chat about this.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking up to Edelgard, and now it's like this anime cutscene. Have you seen this one?
No.
And Byleth is like walking up to her, and Edelgard's like crouching, and she's like, "You have to kill me. You have to kill me to like do what you got to do, whatever." And then Edelgard was saying something like, "I didn't want to make an enemy of you," and something like that. And as she's saying that, Byleth is holding up the sword, and then she just like smacks it down, and then the scene just goes black. And then I knew at that point she had just literally probably cut Edelgard in half.
Yikes.
And I audibly gasped as well. I was like, "Oh my God, like, did you seriously just do that?" And you should watch it. It's pretty powerful. And I couldn't, and that was a part where I was really frustrated, is I feel like no one asked Edelgard, "Why are you doing this?" Like, all we know is that she appears to have made some pretty bad decisions, but I feel like someone who seemed relatively stable before all the shit hit the fan, there's probably something going on.
Yes.
And that was kind of a frustrating thing, because I would have loved if she would have, told us why she was doing what she was doing, and then me as the player could have made the decision what route I wanted to go. But then I know that gets real complicated because the storylines are already so branching. But yeah, that was intense.
It's intense. I do wish that I don't think Dimitri would again have ever gone for it, even if like I don't think he would ever listen to Edelgard, but I do think Claude would have. I think you're right on that. I think that would have made sense to give them maybe an option or two to kind of join Root, but
and we wanted to talk to her, but apparently she like didn't. I don't know what happened. I get it. You have to be right characters are stubborn for the sake of story, otherwise it just gets too complicated. But I think Dimitri was just a lost cause. It's interesting how someone so straight-laced, or appeared to be, just like completely went cuckoo bananas. And I'd be interested to replay his story, but I just don't, or play his story. I just don't have the time.
Yes. We have a few story questions. Do you want to pick one of those?
Yeah. Well, you want to pick it? Because you're like the queen of picking.
Oh, well, I'm the queen of picking.
Congratulations, Steimer.
So I think that this is a good point. Charles asks, one of my favorite aspects of the game is how different an impression of the world you get dependent on your playthrough. The world presented by Edelgard is very different than the one you see with Claude, and it's not because one character is lying or manipulating you, it's just their point of view. I really appreciated this aspect of storytelling. What did you ladies think? I think that's a really good point, that similar to what you said, Britt, like Claude just has only a smaller viewpoint of like what Edelgard is doing, whereas I had more of a breadth of scope of like what was going on. So it was just like the different perspectives of different people, not necessarily like right versus wrong or anything like that. You just get to kind of see more in at least with Black Eagles.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, the stories do vastly differ. Like in yours, Rhea burns everything to shit. So it's not necessarily the exact same story that every character gets, but it's still, I just wish everyone was sat down and had a conversation. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, what's also Vincent, this is a quick little question. So Steimer, I assume you know about the 2 different routes for Black Eagles. I do indeed. Do you want to see the other path? I feel Edelgard's path is the one true path, and I don't even want to know how things would be different in the other path. So Vincent, I do actually know that the other path, which is when you join with Rhea and you go against Edelgard with Black Eagles, you actually learn the most about Byleth and her backstory. That's like the way you get to know all of the stuff that Brittany brought up earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of like a watered down version of the Golden Deer path, is what I've heard.
Yeah. So that's how you get to know everything that happens that way. I also agree. I couldn't do it, especially after seeing her turn into a weird freaky dragon and being crazy. I was like, look, my girl Edelgard. Plus, I know you say Hubert creeps you out. I really like Hubert, and I felt I couldn't go against him. I was like, no.
He did have a redeeming quality when after you kill him, he in Shambhala, I think it was, one of the places. Anyway, he gives you a letter and he's like, if you're getting this, it's because I'm dead, but someone has to know how to kill those who slither in the dark. And this is basically like where you go or how you find them. And this is what you do. So without his help, and when I got that, I was like, damn it. Like he and Edelgard were good people, man. They were good people.
They were, good people, sometimes bad tactics.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of, how it goes sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I think this is so fascinating because if you were to ask Steimer, I'm sure she would say like she's very happy she went with the Black Eagle route and she wouldn't change that. And for me, I'm like so happy I went with the Golden Deer route and I wouldn't change that because I feel like the story I got was complete and like the right side of the story and I got the very best ending. And then I'm sure if you asked Steimer the same thing, she would say the same thing for Black Eagle. So it's just fascinating how they manage to tell very similar stories that aren't the exact same, but to build such an allegiance with these schools. Because I probably won't play this game again as much as I want to. I just don't have the time to do it, even though you have like New Game Plus. But
yeah.
Something
we haven't touched on that is very us that I feel like we need to.
Stick it in.
Raven has brought up, hello, Steinbachers. Who would you bang after the 5-year time skip? And who would you let die? So first of all, who did you marry?
Claude.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
It was easy. It was easy decision. I was trying to get in his pants like the whole time.
I married Sylvain because obviously Claude's not an option for me.
Yeah. You killed him, you monster.
I didn't want to kill him. The game wouldn't let me do anything else. But yeah, so I married Sylvain. I thought about marrying Hubert for a minute. Because again, like I have a Loki thing, so like
oh my god,
the green eyes and like the black droopy hair. I was like, okay, that's the you. That's the you guy with the high cheekbones, sort of gout
boots with
look.
the fur, gout look.
Yeah, like I don't know. I sort of had a thing for him.
So funny.
But so definitely would bang Sylvain. Would definitely have banged Claude if I didn't.
Okay, let's go down the list because I have the list of characters here.
Okay, great.
Okay, let's go through first of all, the professors. So you have Manuela, Hanneman, Catherine, and Shamir. Shamir's not a professor, nor is Catherine, but they kind of count.
No, they are like sort of.
So, oh my god, did you see all of Manuela's friendship
Dude,
things?
Manuela is like, girl needs to get it together. It's fine to be single. I don't know why everyone needs to freak out.
She's the best. She was always like getting drunk, and I loved her. She was great. I would not bang her though. I will say she's hot, but I wouldn't bang her. Hanneman.
So also, I think we should be talking like post time skip when they're all older.
Oh, of course.
So that's just what we're gonna be basing this off of, in case you are wondering.
Thank you,
because
Steimer.
I would definitely bang post time skip Ash.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Let me get a
I have a sheet up. It's like Annette. She's cute.
Okay, let me get the. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, well, I'm at what website are you at? So we're looking at the same one.
I'm at EG247.
Okay, hold on, because I want to make sure we're looking at the.
I just looked Fire Emblem 3 Houses time skip character designs.
Okay. Oh wow, you went like real detail. Okay.
Time
skip character designs. Okay, I think my thing just like froze again. No. Okay, here we go. Okay, it starts with Annette, right?
Yes.
Okay. Annette. I liked Annette. I think she is a brave young lass. And she was
talking about bangable. Are you gonna bang her?
Oh, no. But she was really fucking cute with Felix. Like, really, really,
I'm
really
also not gonna bang her.
No, Ash would hit 10 out of 10.
Yes, would hit. Bernadetta, no, I'm sorry.
What's up with her haircut time skip?
I don't like her hairstyle is better before the time skip.
No, it really
the time
is.
Skip is not. It looks bad.
Yeah.
Dedue, honestly, yeah, I'd hit it and put it.
I would absolutely.
Dimitri, no. Sorry.
I totally would, man. Blonde crazy man. Yeah.
No, I would be too scared. Like that something bad would happen.
It's okay. Here's the thing. It's like, yeah, you don't ever. I would risk it.
Oh, you would risk it for the biscuit?
Yeah, I
would. Okay. Dorothea, yes.
Oh, yeah. Isn't she the only female that can be romanced by a female?
No, you can also romance Edelgard.
Really? I didn't know that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Caspar, yeah, I would.
Oh, dude, yeah. He is really fun. His voice kind of annoys me a little bit. But
his voice is annoying, so like I would need to put a sock in his mouth, but otherwise, good to go.
I like his hair. Yeah, I would hit it.
Claude, 100% yes.
Oh, I did hit it. Oh my god, so good.
But I don't like the pre like weird rat tail in the front.
Yeah, the braid. I'm wondering. Yeah.
But he loses that in the time skip, which is great.
He loses that and gains so much more.
Oh my god, so like the little bit of facial hair.
Oh no, he's great. It's that all Myron jeans, man.
Yeah, very good. Cyril, no, also you're still a child.
Even though he's like 21 in that post skip, I can't.
There's no way he can't be 21. He's like 10 in the.
I think
he's like
15.
16.
Yeah, 15 or 16.
It's too young. It's too young. He's still a child. No, thank you. Edelgard, yes.
Yes.
She's got look. She's fucking cool.
She's beautiful.
She's just cool. Felix, I don't love his hair.
Oh, dude, I would do terrible things to Felix.
I would do terrible things to Felix with the hair from like the man bun, because I just don't know what's happening with his hair in the post time skip.
It's a weird ponytail.
Is it a ponytail? Like, it's weird. It's too bizarre.
I was trying to like examine it, and it looks like it's either like it's like a weird ponytail that almost looks like it's just like a little rat tail that's up too high.
It's like he only put part of his hair in the ponytail.
Yeah,
he took like a side chunk and put that in sort of 80s style, and then the rest of it is just swept over top. And I'm not down.
Well,
I'm not down with the hairdo.
I think it's just because he doesn't give a fuck, and I like that.
I don't care. Put it back in a man bun. The man bun is infinitely better than whatever this is. Ferdinand.
Ferdy.
I don't know if I would, because Ferdinand seems like he wouldn't be very good in bed.
I know he would start crying and he'd be too concerned about himself.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I only had one interaction with him at tea, or one friendship interaction with him, and all he did was talk about Edelgard the whole time. And then when I killed him, he was just talking about Edelgard the whole time. So like, I'm good.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Hilda, I never talked to, so I've.
She's I think she's one of the strongest characters just because she's so incredibly well written. She's really witty, she's really gossipy, she's really manipulative, but not in a bad way. Like, and what I mean is she's good at getting everyone to do everything she wants. She's really funny, and all of her conversations with the characters are just hilarious. So I would never want anything serious. She's too lazy.
Yeah, I don't know. She seems cute. I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, she's good. She's really good with an axe.
Hubert, yes. Even though he's sort of similar to Ferdinand, he'd be talking about Edelgard the whole time. I wouldn't care.
I would do, definitely post time skip Hubert, because like obviously he's of age, and also like he just doesn't look as terrible. Like I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I like Hubie. Ignatz, no. Sorry.
I think I would, just because he was in my class, and he was like a little tiny like scared child, and then he like kind of grows up into like this super badass.
Still seems too young, but I don't know. I don't know him well enough.
He's like the same age as the other ones, but yeah, he's I think what it is,
looks like a baby.
I think just no, dude. When he takes off his glasses, though, he takes off his glasses for a couple scenes, and you're like, oh, hello, Harry Potter.
You're like, ooh, hello, sir.
I would hit Ignatz.
Would you hit Ingrid?
Oh yeah. She's a badass. Like,
yes, she is also a badass.
She needs to loosen up a little bit. She's a kind of an uptight character, but she has her reasons. But I would like to. I have respect for her.
Yes, same. Linhart, he's too lazy. Like, all he wants to do is sleep. I don't think he'd be very good in bed.
No.
Lorenz would also be annoying as hell. Like, I just no, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I mean, here's the thing: Lorenz is he's a good guy. When you see like the S levels and the A levels he has with people, you can tell he actually really does care. And in the end, he's like, I've learned that nobility doesn't mean anything. It's just about the people. And he's really a stand-up dude, but I just can't get past the hair. I just can't.
Hair is bad. I like that he has an asymmetrical thing going on later, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's funny. Leonie.
No, Leonie, she's cool and she's really badass and strong and she gets shit done and people are scared of her, but she's too... I don't know what she is.
I just don't like that she was like obsessed with your dad. I feel like that would be a weird thing.
Well, because he came.
No,
to,
I know
you know
why. I know why. I just don't like it.
Okay, that's fair.
It would be strange. Yeah. No, thank you. Lysithea is still too young to me.
Yeah, I would
but
pass
she is
on her.
Cool.
Yeah, she's great, but like, nah.
Marianne, no, she seems too timid.
I know.
Same with Mercedes.
Marianne, get her in bed, guarantee. She's probably like freaky deaky. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look at her.
Fair enough. I don't know. Her and Mercedes would be a pass for me.
I wouldn't hit Mercedes, and I don't think.
But
she'd
Petra.
Hit oh yeah.
Petra, hell yeah.
Oh no, Petra's amazing.
Petra's the greatest, and I'm so glad I had her in my class.
Oh yeah, she's great. She was one of my favorite characters too.
Yeah, she's one of the greatest characters in the game.
Isn't she? I think so too. I think they did such a good job writing her, and despite her broken Fodlan English, whatever language it was, like she is still so interesting, and she has such a fun personality. It was great.
She's fantastic. I love her. Mm-hmm. Sylvain.
Oh yes. Yeah, oh my god. Up and down, left and right.
Boy.
Yeah.
Raphael, I'd be a little scared of because he's so big. I feel like he might accidentally hurt you.
Yeah, I think he's all brawn, no brain, but he has a heart of gold. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's very nice, but I feel like I would be a little too afraid to engage.
I would try it. So basically, I would bang everyone but like 3 people.
Who would you let die? Lorenz, I would let. I know you have more background on him, but I didn't care for him. Lorenz, I'd let die. I mean, granted, I killed all these people, but Ignatz, I'd probably let die.
Oh, he just wants to be an artist.
I don't care. You're dead. Dimitri, he's crazy. And that's probably it.
I would kill probably Ferdy because, like, I already killed him once and I am over it now.
Yeah, Ferdy's a decent one to pick, to be quite honest.
I mean, is he interesting at all?
He gets better, but like there was definitely a time when I wanted to kick him out, and because he was just so annoying and like Edelgard, and I was like, shut up about Edelgard. Like he's just always trying to compete with her, and he's not as good, and he's just, oh my god, he gets grating.
Yeah, I think the one of the not biggest disappointments, but it was kind of a bummer deal is, you know, in the other Fire Emblem games you get to marry people like almost whenever you want in the game, I feel like, and then you get to start having kids with them, and then their kids can like join your party, obviously, because this is a much more controlled like story and the kids are kids and then they become adults. You couldn't do that, so I was really excited for the ending with Claude. And obviously, like, the ending scene is, like, super cute. He's, like, clutching you, and he's like, I gotta go, but I'll be back, you know. But, like, he never says anything about getting married, and even in the epilogue, it never says anything about them getting married. It just says about them unifying Fodlan and Elmira, because he's obviously the king of Elmira, and you are the Archbishop of Fodlan, and that, like, he saves your ass. But it's never like, and they got married and had kids or anything like that. And I thought that was kind of an anticlimactic, like, way to end it. But
I think I was mostly just looking for more build up to it, because it kind of felt like you have one moment with that person at the Goddess Tower.
Yeah.
And then 6 years later, you maybe can marry them.
Yeah.
And that to me was, I was like, I wish there was at least flirting options or something to make it feel a little more fluid and like natural into this relationship. Because really, Sylvain's out here hitting on everybody, anything that moves, and then 10 minutes later to me is like, do you want to get married? And I'm like, yeah, sure,
why not,
but never cheat on me or I will kill you.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, all right, dope, let's get married. And so we get married and like do all this stuff, and
that's a cute little scene. Yeah, I agree. It would have been nice to see more of like, granted, like I get it, like this is a romantic game, but it would have been cool to see more of that, or at least spaced out more. I know certain character interactions can't be unlocked until you hit a certain point in the game. But like for me, I had Claude's S rank unlocked for a while, but it's like I had to wait until like the very end to see that. And it was like in the meantime, it was like, okay, I guess we're gonna act like we don't exist. But if you think about like a Mass Effect game, right? Like you do have those extra flirty options, and that would have been cool. I know they're vastly different games, but pipe dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much so.
Well, I think we've spoiled the shit out of this. Any final thoughts?
Let me look through this really quickly, see if there's any questions that. No, I think we kind of covered everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be good. Yeah, if you want to, comment on the Spoilercast in the comments, just maybe do a nice thing and put spoilers before you start talking about the spoilers, because, people read the comments and stuff, and we don't want them to get this awesome game spoiled before it's their time.
Yes.
Well, damn, I feel so much better. That was great. It was good to hear your perspective on everything about Black Eagles. I'm still happy that I went with Golden Deer, but at least I have some more respect for Edelgard now, and her wacky decisions that were not portrayed in the best way to me. So that's totally fair. Given the perspective you had. That's right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening and watching at youtube.com/whatgoodgames, and we will see you next week. Bye.